Ma'am, I have joined last lab, so you have asked me to do it in 1 week. So I have done till this.
Okay, no problem. What about other students?
Excuse you, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. In last lab, you have tell us to do this only. Retrieve file from the server program.
Do we
So we
had
have,
discussion regarding JDBC, Shivanand?
mm, I guess no, ma'am.
I mean, in each and every lab, I'm done with the JDBC first program, where I have shown how to create a
Okay,
J.
yes, ma'am. You have tell us the 5 steps program.
Yeah, if I
Yeah,
have
yeah, yeah, yeah,
done.
yeah, yeah. Sorry, ma'am. Sorry. Yes, ma'am. That
Yeah,
is done.
so if I have tell you to go with the 5 steps program, then definitely the next discussion in the lab is that you have to come up next time with practical number 2, task number 1 and 2. Let me share my screen. Can you see this? Practical 1, 5 basic steps. Practical 2, which is about create a student table and using statement object, display all the records. So I'm asking to show me this work. Who is done with this? Who is done with this? Nobody is done. Okay, guys, leave it. There are 27 students. Show me your work, whatever you have done last time. Nobody has done nothing. Okay,
Ma'am,
great, no problem.
that only retrieve file from the server, and
Yes,
then the
ma'am.
Okay,
five
Yes,
no
ma'am.
steps,
problem.
and then the
Now,
5 steps of the
now,
JDBC.
let us move ahead. Let it be. Like, you people are not working at home. That's clear from so many labs. This is like more than 1 month, 1.5 month went, 6 weeks. I realized that this is the batch who don't want to work from home. Okay, no problem. I guess you would have installed JDBC, I mean, NetBeans and XAMPP. Yes or no? Or that's also pending? Have you installed? Say yes
Yes,
or
ma'am.
yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I'll guide you, right? You're going to perform practical too. Everybody will work together now. And I'm going to ask you to have the screen share at the end of the lab. Those who don't have NetBeans and XAMPP, message me right now in the chat. Those who don't have NetBeans and XAMPP, message me in the chat. Shivanand, share your screen. I'm going to guide you. Pranav, that's what I'm asking from long back. Pranav, share your screen. That's what I'm asking. If you have done the practical, show me. Pranav, I'm waiting for your screen share. Yeah, I'm getting it. Pranav,
My screen is visible.
yeah, getting your screen.
Okay. So
Yeah,
I
it's
have
visible.
program.
Show me what you
Yes,
did.
ma'am. I have created one single program which can perform all these operations like add record, remove record, modify record, and display record. So this is my code where I have created separate cases for all these operations.
You have used statement object? Have you used statement object?
Sorry, ma'am.
Have you used statement object or prepared statement?
No, ma'am. Using statement.
Okay, explain your code a bit so that others can see. Show your database table, run it once, explain.
Yes, ma'am. So now in my database there is one record is available, and my database table name is called detail. And now if I run this code, okay, sorry. So it will ask for operation. So first will I add the record, so 1, and it will ask for serial number. So I will type 2, mobile number is.
Okay.
So it will say recorded successfully, and if we check, then you will see new record has been added after my name. Similar way, if I want to perform more operations, then yes, if I wish to display all the record, then I will choose 4, and it will display all the record. Okay, ma'am.
Yes. Have you like done the insert, update, and delete all?
Yes, ma'am. All operation I have done in single program.
Okay. Can you show me the delete code where it is?
Yes, ma'am. So if I delete second record, then option number 2, remove record, and if I enter serial number as 2, then it will display first the record which will be deleted, and after it will delete successfully. Then if we get back to our database and if we refresh, then you can see only one record is available.
Okay. So,
And
Pranav, you are from which batch?
lab
You are
C,
from
madam.
Lab C. Okay. And Lab A. Shivanand, you are from which batch?
Lab A.
So I guess in both the labs, this was the status because I am running all the labs parallelly. So every week we are progressing parallelly. So this was for both the batches, batch C, which is right now for me, and batch A, which is Ankita ma'am's lab. So you people have to go with such, these things. Like you have to implement it once I'm teaching you something. If you are not implementing it, how we will progress in learning? So this was a practical number 2, which was JDPC to implement crude operations using prepare statement. Fine?
Ma'am,
Yes.
actually, lab A, we were behind everyone by 1 week.
Yeah, that's fine. But last
Yeah,
lab, I explained the 5 steps, right? I explained the JDPC 5 steps in the lab. Yes or no?
yeah, I guess we did
Ma'am, should
the
I go
first
for
one.
modify records?
Uh, it's okay, Pranav. I believe that you have work.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Who's there? What we're talking? Hello. So I'm just pointing out that I discussed, and based on that, you have to work because every time I cannot go with the same discussion. Last time I have shown you JDBC statements. Now we will move ahead and we'll learn prepared statement. Okay. So I again suggest if you are behind or like something is lagging from your end, kindly cover it. Kindly cover it and be with the discussion, at least in lab. Lectures we already done this, so it means that ideally you should do this because in lectures it has been demonstrated and discussed in detail. Fine. As well, last lab also we discussed. Okay, so we are moving ahead and we are discussing further. So we'll go ahead. And we'll discuss the next practical. Next practical is same about the prepared statement. So what I want is, Pranav is already sharing the screen. So Pranav, have you worked on the prepared statement? He has not worked, and I guess that discussion is pending from all of our side. So we are going to do it today. Let us start a new project. Fine. What we are focusing on is we are learning how to go with. We are focusing on what is prepared statement, right? And how to go ahead with it. So during the JDBC discussion, we discussed that there are three types of statements available. There are three types of statements available. We call it as a statement object. When we will use statement object? In which situation? At the time when we want to execute static query, right? Where everything is as it is, nothing is coming runtime. For example, if I say select star from student, so this is my query, which is static. As it is going to execute. There's nothing coming runtime. Fine? There's nothing coming runtime. So this is called static query. But at times, we want to go with the dynamic query. What is dynamic query? Usually, when a query, certain portion is coming runtime. Okay, I hope screen is visible. So we said statement is used when we have static query. And similar way, we have another object which is interface prepared statement. Fine. And when we will use a prepared statement, we can create the same object. We want to work with the dynamic query. Now, what is dynamic query? What is dynamic query? Some portion of your query, and then it is called dynamic query. For example, if you say select star from student, right? And you are saying where roll number is equal to question mark. Question mark means it is going to come runtime. User is going to enter it, right? So if you look at this query entirely will be completed at runtime, because value we are taking from the user. We are asking user enter the roll number of student, and when user is entering that value, we are going to fit it over here. Let us suppose user has used the scanner class, and user has entered that using the scanner class object next int method. So what we have to do is we have to put this r inside this question mark, right? Runtime. When user is entering the value, after getting the value from the keyboard, we will replace it during the execution of program. So this is called runtime binding of your query. At that time, if I'm using the prepared statement, and if I have created an object, I'll say prepared statement object. I'll have to write the name. Let us suppose the name I have given is PS. So I'll say PS dot set int. Over here, I'm going to set the integer value. That's why I'm saying set int. Fine. As you can see in the prepared statement, we have only one question mark. So that first question mark is represented by index 1. So I'll say first comma set int, first comma the local variable name which is holding the value. So this will complete the query at the time of execution. Fine. This will complete the query at the time of execution. So I'm saying that when I'm saying JDBC application, the step number 3 of the development is create statement object, and we can create the statement object by 3 ways. First, using the statement interface, which is used for static query. Second, using prepared statement object, which is for the dynamic query. And at times you want to go with the PL/SQL block. So for that we have callable statement. Right? For that we have callable statement. Right? Callable statement object allows you to invoke PL/SQL blocks which are stored at the data server side. So 3 type of statement. If in final examination or in interview somebody asks what are the types of statements in JDBC, you have to say there are 3 types. Statement for static query, prepared statement for dynamic query, and callable statement for PL/SQL block. Fine? Is it clear? Right? Now, we will look at syllabus. Now we will look at the development of this. So I suggest Pranav, go ahead and create a new project. Right? Let us work on the prepared statement. I guess prepared statement is left over in both the batches. Yes or no? બે બેચમાં બાકી છે કે એકાદામાં થઈ ગયું છે? Can I have the acknowledgement? Prepared statement discussion is pending in both the labs. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, no worries. So we are working on the prepared statement. Now, if I read the definition, of your practical 2 is write a JDBC program, write a JDBC application which will interact with the database and perform following tasks. Task number 1, create a student table with roll number, name and address, insert a few records. So this we did with the statement object also. We have already student table with roll number, name and address. Second, it says using prepared statement object, display the content. Okay. So we know that prepared statement is used with the prepared, is used with the dynamic query, right? And statement creation is step number 3 in JDBC application. So first we will follow both the steps. So we'll write down class.forName. We are writing the step number 1. Step number 1 is to load the driver. Write down class.forName as well. The second line for making the connection. So we'll say we'll create a connection object and we'll create a class.forName. Right? Copy those 2 things and paste it. So creating in application, we have written over here. We are writing over here public class P5 PS, which is for prepared statement. Inside the main method, step number 1 is to load the driver. Class.forName is the method. Then we are going with the step number 2, make the connection. So for that we are creating a connection with the help of driver manager.getConnection method. And we connect it to localhost 3306. Fine. Now, next is to create the statement. This time, we want to create a prepared statement. So, we will create. Okay, write on prepared statement. E will be there. Prepared. Right? We have to write prepared statement. PS is equal to connection dot prepare statement. Mind well, in prepare statement there is no ed, only prepare statement. But when you are creating the object, it is prepared ed. Prepared statement PS is equal to connection dot prepare statement. Fine. Okay. In between, you have to give the static query. So we already have student table, so we'll give a static query in between as an argument. So in double quote we will write select start from student select start from student where roll number is equal to question mark. Roll number is our primary key. So you're writing where roll number is equal to question mark. Fine. Okay. Now for this question mark, we have to take the value from the user. Which record you want to select? Suppose user is entering roll number. Fine. So write down. We need a scanner class. So first we have to import java.util.scanner. Then we create a scanner object. So we created here scanner in equal to new scanner. We have to write system.in. At last semicolon. Now we are going to ask the value for the question mark. So after prepared statement object, we will write system.out.println enter roll number. Enter roll number. We'll take a local variable. This everybody has to do. Everyone will do this. So over here we have taken a roll number, integer number as a local variable, and we'll say in dot next int. Now, no variable is containing the roll number. Fine, it is containing the roll number. So next, we have to set it inside the prepared statement. So dot set index is 1 and value which we are setting is no. So write the f dot set int means earlier you were writing for the static query, you wrote a statement. Okay. Now go to next, step number 4 to execute the query. So we'll write ps dot execute query, which will return us a result set. So we have to assign the return value as in result set rs is equal to. Right? And now to display that, what we will write is rs.next. rs.next. Next we'll write system.out.println and we'll display all the values. We have to write rs dot, so there are 3 columns. We'll write rs dot get int for roll number, rs dot get string for student name, and the second column. Then after that we'll give a space in continuation. We'll write rs dot get string for, sorry, it would be get double, I guess. For result, what you have given? It's address, right? So we will have string. Fine? And finally we'll write connection.close. Connection.close. Okay? I don't know why you have added. Have you added that to the jar file? Where is it? Library code. Okay. Class performance is right. We're writing like this only. What is that CJ? You need to write it? Yeah. Okay. Why you haven't space here? So show me your database. So you have given us space. So where is the student here? You have details here. So you need to change it. Yeah, do one thing. Details table you can rename. Just a second, guys. Pranav is having different table name, so I'm asking him to rename it to student. So he has renamed the table. I hope it will work now. Put it in a dry cache. After scanner, start dry. Dry cache. Inside. Okay. Okay. Run it. Mobile is a bad thing. Okay, fine. INT. So it's asking the roll number. I guess the screen is lagging a bit. We have already renamed the table. Ross is lagging or mine is lagging? Yeah, that's fine. Now you can enter the roll number, student number. If entering 1, you see it is giving the first record, Pranav Rathod and the mobile number. Fine. So this is prepared state. Is it clear? What we did here is Anyone? Now it's your turn. Using prepared statement, insert two records. However, solid, everybody, those who are online.
Ma'am, your voice is lagging, ma'am.
Actually, due to some examination, lab location has been changed, and here the network connectivity is poor. So, what best we can do is you can ask me to repeat. I'll repeat, no problem. Okay? Are you getting my voice now?
Okay, ma'am. Okay, yeah, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm saying that the next task is to insert two record using prepared statement. If we look at the database is having three columns in a student table. Structure is we have S number, which is a primary key, name and mobile number. That's what fine. S number is a primary key and which is auto increment. So we do not need to give the value. It will take it automatically. So what will be the query? What will be the query? Can we write a query somewhere? Word open karna hai, move phone banana. Okay, fine. Yeah. Can we write the query? What will be the query? Insert into student. Yeah. Then column listing we have to give because we are going to insert value in less column than the actual number. We have three columns. S number is primary key, which is auto increment. So we are not going to give value in that. And that's why the column listing is compulsory. So in parentheses, we'll write S name, comma, mobile number. Write the actual column name. S number must be because it's primary. Here lots of network issues are there, technical glitch we are facing a lot. So we are doing one thing, we are moving from this place to somewhere else with better connectivity. so that you can learn it in a more better way. But meanwhile, I expect that Shivanand and other students, everybody, those who are in meeting, complete this. Prepare statement, create an object, and go ahead with the implementation of select query. Mahek, you can share your screen. Yeah. So everybody, if you have been lagging behind, you can see what you have to do, right? Yeah. Now we'll set the question mark. So first we need a scanner object. Now write down system.out.println. Enter. It's a roll number, not name. Okay, you can even select from the name. System.out.println. S will be capital. Enter student name. Exam चालू नहीं allow करो. See, in Pranav screen we use roll number. Now in Mahek screen we are using the name. We can go with either of the option. No problem with that. Okay. Now do semicolon at the last and then take a string variable. String nm is equal to. Fine. Go to next line. String nm is equal to. In dot next line. Semicolon. Now whatever user will enter, it will be there in the variable nm, and we are going to set it in a prepare statement. So write down ps dot set string. ps dot set string 1 comma nm. No, index is 1. Digit 1 you have to write. Fine. Remove x. We don't want that. Comma also remove. Sir, you have classes? So now the variable has been set inside the local variable. Set string 1 comma nm, not dot. Mahek 1 comma. Fine. Now we have to execute the query. As it is the select query, we will go with the execute query. So write down result set rs is equal to rns capital in result set. Yeah. Space, give an object name. rs is equal to ps dot execute query. Yeah, you can see enter. Yeah, semicolon. Fine. Now you have to write rs dot next Yeah, press enter, semicolon. Write down system.out.println. rs dot, not in double quote, simply you have to write rs dot get int. Show me your database structure. What is your first column? Is it an integer or varchar? Show me your database student table.
I have not created because I have joined last lab.
So you have XAMPP installed in your system.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay, open XAMPP. Meanwhile, those who are done with the select operation, I suggest them to go with the insert. Mike, write down XAMPP. Right in the menu bar, write down XAMPP.
Ma'am,
You'll
I
have the
guess
option to.
I have installed, but it has not have been installed yet.
Okay, okay. It will take 2-3 minutes. You can install it. Okay, let me guide you, Mahek. Meanwhile, you can go back to your code. So you will create the first column as an roll number, which will be integer, and the name and address, which will be varchar. So varchar is mapped with the string. Fine. Varchar is mapped with the string. So you are saying get int. You can give column index or you can give column name. Okay. Right now you can write 1, which is for column name. Or you can write roll number if you have given roll number as a column name. Fine. 1 you write down first index digit 1. Okay, roll number also fine. No space, nothing. Okay, fine. Now you have to do inside, little inside. This is you are displaying roll number. You have to display name and address also, right? So in the same, yeah, space plus, not inside, yeah, outside the parenthesis, yeah, plus space, double quote, space, again outside the double quote, plus rs dot, outside, yeah, plus rs dot get string, s capital get string for the second column. You implement the insert. We'll give the index 2 inside the parenthesis because it is second column. Again, we'll give plus, right? And we'll concatenate the space. We'll give plus. We'll write rs dot get string for third column. Fine. And it will display your record. And ultimately, we'll write the step number 5, which says close connection. Connection dot close. con dot close. You're closing the connection object. Fine. You can also close the scanner. So you can write in dot close. Scanner object also you are closing. In import, you need to have yeah,
Yes,
SQL
ma'am,
dot.
yes, it changed automatically. I don't know about it.
I hope you have inserted .java only. Fine. And in library, you have to add jar. Java.sql dot star. Okay. Import java.util dot star. Java.util dot scanner. Util, you will be small. Dot scanner. Yeah, present. Fine. You can write. Okay, why it is giving you like this? Go ahead. I mean, I thought you were doing. You do the coding. Okay, now code is fine. Mahek, what you have to do is you create a table and try to run it. Okay. Okay, you can stop sharing your screen, install your XAMPP, create your table with roll number, primary key, auto increment, and name and address. Anyone else who want my help? Same program we are. Anyone else want my help? Now we're working on the task number 2. Share your screen, Pranav. Okay. So right now Pranav is working on the task number 2. The task number 2 was about inserting 2 records. Now I wanted to show how you can go with the same program having the multiple prepared statement. So go to the previous program where we selected all the records. Fine. This is the program where we selected one record using a statement object. Now, if we want to go with the second functionality, which is inserting 2 records, you can be here and now you can write down a statement object. So you can write prepared statement ps1 equal to connection dot prepare statement. This time, what will be our SQL query? In double quote, write down insert into table name column listing except primary key. Will not write the primary key. Apart from that, all the columns will write. You can write values. You don't know select insert query. Okay, and we have to give the value listing. So we'll say question mark, comma, question mark. This time we do have 2 placeholders because we want to give value for name and mobile number both. So we'll write question mark, comma, question mark. Mahek, you can also walk parallelly. Later you create the table so that you will not miss it. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Now we have to set this question mark. How we will set? By scanning the values from the user. So we have to ask user system.out.println and enter name. In a local variable string nm, we'll say in dot. Next line. So we have to set the values whatever there in the local variable. So we are taking 2 variables locally. One is for nm name and one is for mobile number. Fine. The values we can ask after PS1. So this will come up. Okay. First we'll create the statement. Yeah. And then we'll ask the values to enter. And now inside that object, PS1 will set this. Okay. So we'll write PS1 dot set string. For first question mark, 1 comma nm. For the second question mark, PS1, next line, PS1 dot set int. We'll say 2 comma mobile number. Now the values has been set. What is the ultimate thing? What is the next step? Anyone, those who are online. Execute the query. How will execute the query? Insert query execution happens with the help of which method? Maybe, ma'am. Right now, integer result is equal to ps1.execute update. When we have DML queries, we will go with the execute update method, which will return us an integer value. Right? So we'll write integer result equal to ps1.execute update. Semicolon. At last we'll write if result is greater than 0, record inserted, else problem in insertion. Result is greater than 0, right? Then we'll say system.out.println record inserted. Else problem in insertion. Okay, now let us check the database instance. How many records are there right now? We can browse and check. Do the control ++ to increase. Right now we have how many records? 1 record we have, okay? And we are trying to insert. So we'll go to the code, run the file. It says enter student number. This will select the record, and now it is next line. So it is keeping. So we need to give one extra next line. Fine, because it is keeping, it is not taking the input. So we are just clearing the buffer of output. Now it says enter name. Enter Taru, T-A-R-U. Then enter the mobile number, whatever. Can anyone tell me the problem? Can you read out the error? What is the error? Input string. And you have used next int. Right? What you have to do is...
Ma'am, float use karna.
Sorry? Sorry?
We have to use long int, I guess.
Exactly. You can use double or integer because integer's limit is 32,000. So if in a column value it is existing than 32,000, it will give you the runtime exception. This is called overflow. Fine. Do one thing, run it right now and enter 1, 2, 3. It will work fine. But you need to increase the column size. You are correct. Those who was answering online? Rahul. Yes, Rahul was right.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, we need to increase the column size. So we can increase the data type. Getting the problem? Record inserted. Let us check. We're refreshing the database. And you can see. થોડું મોટું કર દો. કા name નો આપ્યું કેમ? It has not taken the name. Let us check why. અહીંયા blank આપીને દેતો. ऊपर blank આપને string nm છે ને નીચે લેતો. ऊपर नीचे करतो sequence. Next line ऊपर run. हाँ. That's why I prefer buffer reader. એમાં આવા કઈ problem જ નથી. Still it is not taking name. We need to check why it is not taking the name. Go to the code. Write down next instead of next line. That is column number. No. This when you are using the set string and set int, these line are setting the placeholders in your statement. So it is 1 and 2 only. Fine. 1 is for number and 1 second is for mobile number. Why it is not taking? Taken name next line instead. Take next. Sequence ઉપર નીચે કરવાનું હોય છે કેમ કે બફર માં લેતું નથી. I forgot કે કઈ sequence ઉપરનું છે. Right? You can go with next instead of next line. And it will insert. Is it clear, guys? Any question? We have to insert 2 records. What we will do now? We'll scan the value second time. Copy this code line. Right? Not there. Cut it from there. नीचे ये कट कर दे आखो. હજુ કટ કર. ઇન્સર્ટ થઈ ગયા પછી એક રેકોર્ડ ઇન્સર્ટ થઈ જાય પછી બીજો રેકોર્ડ. Fine. So we'll scan it. And now again we will set inside the PS1. And our next line. We are copying all the lines because we want to insert the second record. This time we'll say mobile1 num1. We'll change the variable. Right? Because this is for second value. Okay. Now we will execute. With the if condition entirely we have to copy it. So this will insert the second record. Because the problem statement said insert 2 records. Right? That's why second record inserted. Just right. Statement insert query the statement is same, so we are not changing the prepared statement PS1. We can call it multiple times. That's the benefit of prepared statement. Right click and run this. So ના ભલે 2 રેકોર્ડ જ ઇન્સર્ટ કરવાના ભલે. One second. Show the database instance. Right now how many records are there? Right now 2 records are there. Fine. Now when we'll execute the application, it will add 2 more. Okay. Enter name. What is that? It's okay. Chalo. So one record inserted, it is asking for second values. Too lazy to type. Huh? Let us check the database. Last inserted row was 6. Now it should have 7 and 8. Can you see that? Fine. Up till now, anybody having any doubt, any query? Everyone. Ask your queries if you have. If you don't have query, then I have question for you all. In the same program, I want to apply delete facility by asking user enter the roll number to be deleted. And when user enters it, it has to delete the record. What will be the logic behind that? What will be the logic behind that? I'm repeating the question. Right now, we have used prepared statement for insertion, for selecting the record. We entered a roll number and we executed a select query through Java code. Then we asked the name and mobile number and we inserted the record. Right? Now I'm asking you, what is the query to delete a particular record? If I want to implement that functionality, what I will do? I want to delete the record. What will be the next?
Delete from student where s underscore no is equal to question mark.
Pranav is saying?
Delete from student where s underscore no is equals to question mark, and we will take input s no through scanner class.
So we need a prepare statement, one more for delete. So we'll create one more prepare statement. We'll say prepared statement ps2 because this time we are working with the delete. You can give ps underscore del also so that it will give you idea which object is used for which functionality. Ps underscore delete you can write or del, whatever. Right? Connection dot prepare statement. What will be the query? Exactly. Pranav is saying delete from table name. Where condition. As it is the prepared statement, we'll take the student number from user. How to take student number from user? Using scanner object. Give proper messaging. Enter roll number to delete. Or enter roll number for deletion. For deletion. Okay. We'll take integer rno because no we have already taken. With the scanner object in.next int. Now, what we have to do? This is in local variable rno. So what we'll do next is
Set int.
we have to set it inside the prepare statement as Pranav said. So we are going to do it like ps underscore del dot set int first question mark. We'll remove it. We will replace it with r underscore no. Up till now query is ready. It has not executed. How to execute it?
Execute update.
Exactly. We'll write integer result del integer result underscore del. Right? We're taking a local variable which will save the result of the execution of your delete query. We'll say ps underscore del dot execute update. We'll say if result underscore del is greater than 0, then say record deleted. Otherwise, we'll say problem in deletion or problem in removal, whatever. Then run the file. We have 1678. We are trying to delete record 6 through the code. ABC we are trying to delete. Run the file. It's okay, run the file. Right now it will perform all the queries. First it will select the record. Next it will insert 2 records. So last inserted was 8 or 9. Next more it will add. 2 more it will add. Which is a bit difficult. No, my name is Tarannum. TARANNUM. Now for deletion, we are entering 6. Okay. Right now, once again, right now 4 records in the database. After execution, what will be the instance?
5, 6, 7.
Total how many rows?
5, 3. Total 5 records. There are 4 records plus 2 minus 1.
Right? There are total 4 records right now. 2 more we are going to insert. So 6 and 1 we are going to delete. So it will be total 5 records after execution of program. Record deleted. Let us see whether it's really deleted or just giving the message. You can see now we have total 5 records. 6 number ABC is deleted. Fine. Now we want to update. So you see there X, Y, Z and something is given. I don't like such records. Let us update it. CRUD operation. Only remaining operation is update. How will do it? With the help of prepared statement. Anyone, those who are online.
Update from student.
Update
From student where then after name is equals to whatever name and
We'll do
then
one thing. Whatever you are saying, we'll type in SQL. Go there, type it. Because Pranav is saying update from student, and I have problem with that statement. Guys, you really need to brush up your SQL. This is the basic skill required in interview, and I see that your queries are very poor. Go to your SQL, type. The update query is, you have SQL prompt there. Database ma.
Ma'am, we need to use set.
Exactly, set close will be there. Write down update student, that is update table name, right? Set is the close which we have to use. SET, set. Right? Column name, simply. Column name, no brackets. Pranav, you don't know update. Column name equal to new value. As it is the name which is string value or varchar, we need to give it in a single quote. Write down Tarannum. And TARANNUM. Where? We are giving the condition. Where? Name is equal to Taru. Because we have one record named as Taru. Right? What it will do? It will replace the name Taru with Tarannum. Right? Along with this, if you want to update multiple columns, for example, if you want to update the mobile number also, so whatsoever new values you want to give, you can give comma separated. Okay, write down mobile numbers column. So you're writing the second column, write down the mobile number equal. As he has given mobile number in string, that's why it will come in a single quote. But if it is a number, we'll not do the single quote, directly will give the value. So write down in a single quote, write down 1111. Fine. Okay, and we can execute it by clicking on, minimize it, down we have a go button. Control minus. Yeah, we have go button. You can click on the go and you see it says one record updated. Browse it. Now Taru will not be there. Instead there the name of student is Tarannum. Can you see the last and the mobile number is updated? Fine. We want to execute this. This is we executed in database. We want to execute this from the program. What we required in input? New values. New values. So we can take new values as a name and mobile number from user using scanner object. And using prepare statement, we can write this query. Right? Go to your code, write down prepare statement, create a new object. You can copy this thing entirely. We'll say prepare for update. PS underscore up. Right? There instead of delete, we can write update student set name equal to question mark. It is prepare statement. So whatever user enters, comma, mobile number equal to question mark. This time how many values we want? 3 for the roll number also. Right? We have 3 question marks. So we need 3 values. So here say enter roll number for update or modification, whatever. 1 karna. Integer roll underscore 1. Okay. Now next what we will do? This will be not 1. This is third question mark. So you have to set it as a third. And PS underscore up. Now 2 more you need to have. Enter name and enter mobile number in string. You can copy it from up. Up લીધેલું જ છે આપણે name અને name લીધેલું છે કદાચ કે નથી લીધેલું insert માં લીધેલું છે name અને mobile number scan હજી આપ insert માં છે આ બે વસ્તુ કોપી કરી 4 લાઈન. So we are scanning 3 values from user, right? 1 mobile number 1 and M1 करते हैं. And we are yeah, we have to set it first question mark will be for name. Name is in NM2. Second question mark and it is set string. Set string. ऊपर name. Not mobile number. Mobile is string से. Base string. Mobile number he has given as a string, so name and mobile number both we will take as a set string. And ultimately we have to execute. So we'll say result up is equal to ps up dot execute update. And we said if ps up is greater than 0, record updated, otherwise problem in updation. Updated as problem in modification. હજુ કઈ પ્રોબ્લેમ છે તે લીધું છે ઇન્ટીજરમાં અહીંયા અહીંયા મોબાઈલ નંબર છે ને that you have taken in integer એ string આવશે ને કેમ કે તારે string છે next string આગળ integer ની છે. He has taken mobile number in string. Instead we have address, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay. adding 2 records. પેલા જોઈ લો ઇન્સ્ટન્સ કયા કયા છે રેકોર્ડ્સ. We are trying to update Dev. 8 number Dev. We will update Dev. Instead write Devansh. One second. Mobile number. Write down 222. Okay. Name will write as Devansh. Let us see. Can you check that, everybody? It's Devansh. Now it's in a British accent. Yeah. Getting guys, so this is crude operations using prepared statement. If we summarize today's session, we learn 2 things. We learn that statement object can be used with the static queries, and that was the discussion last time. I gave you the select, I demonstrated the select operation, and I gave you the rest of the crude operations to be done with the help of statement object. And along with that, in today's lab, we discuss about what is a prepared statement and how to implement using the how to implement crude operation, that is select, insert, update, and delete using prepared statement. We said select with any statement type, whether it's a prepared or simple statement, we'll use execute query method. And for DML operations, we'll use the execute update. Select query, execute query will return us a result set object. So we have to give result set object name equal to. Whereas DML operations will return us an integer number, whether the operation is successfully executed or not. So for that, we are using execute update return value to be given to our any integer variable. And that integer variable we are using to check whether the operation is done or not. I hope everybody has got today's session. Any query, any doubt up till now? I suggest implement these 2 things in today's lab. Next lab, we will be discussing about callable statement, right? Third type of statement. And the callable statement will be used with PL/SQL block. So in next lab, I'll teach you how to put the business logic at the data server side. And for that, we are going to use stored procedure and stored functions to be created in MySQL server. And then ultimately, we will call those methods using Java code. And for that, we need callable statement object. So that is the discussion for the next lab. Now, I suggest you to continue with your work. If you have any technical query, you can raise your hand or you can unmute yourself. I'm here to resolve your queries. Fine, start your work.